he would be fired over his actions in Green's death. Another major sticking point has been whether prosecutors could prove that the troopers acted willfully in abusing Green. A key component of civil rights charges that has complicated such prosecutions around the country. The FBI even enhanced the video of the arrest in an ultimately inconclusive attempt to determine whether he had been pepper sprayed after he was in custody, focusing on an exchange in which a deputy jeeringly said, "Es hurts, doesn't it?" The Justice Department has also been conducting a sweeping investigation into use of force by the Louisiana State Police and whether it engages in racially discriminatory policing. The department began the pattern or practice inquiry nearly 2 years ago, following an AP investigation that found Green's arrest was among at least a dozen cases in which troopers of their bosses ignored or concealed evidence of beatings, deflected blame, and impeded efforts to root out misconduct. Let me read that again just in case you didn't hear me. The department began in a pattern of practice, the inquiry nearly 2 years ago, following an AP investigation that found Green's arrest was among at least a dozen cases in which troopers or their bosses ignored or concealed evidence of beatings, deflected blame, and impeded efforts to root out misconduct. There's more of this story, but I got to take a break here. And then I'm going to tell you why it is very important for us to have this conversation as well. Because there are two things about this story that we should be asking about. Not only should we be asking about Ronald Green, but there's another case that I want to bring up. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll take the break. We'll come back. We'll also take some of your telephone calls at 504-582-9422. That's 504-582-9422. More coming up next, right here on WBOK.
Hey, New Orleans, I'm Deja Brown from WDSU News This Morning. There's nothing worse than getting stuck in traffic on your way to work. I'm here to help you start your day on time with traffic updates every weekday morning right here on W.
Is it me? I know nothing like that could happen to me because my people would have been postal by now. What you saying, Gerard? Yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm not apologizing for what I said. They would have went postal by now. Somebody would have been paying something by now. You already started off this whole process of Ronald Green by lying, saying that he was in a car crash and he wasn't. Even the coroner that did the autopsy said, nah, something wrong here. The doctor said this ain't even added up, made it in his notes. How do you put pressure on these folks to come right with this investigation? You got to come right with the investigation because something wrong. Because if you don't, you'd be wondering what's wrong with people these days. What's wrong with people? People tired. You do wrong, you got to ante up. Now, let me get into this real quick before I do my next break. Why are you bringing this up, Gerard? Why are you having this conversation today? For a reason. And for a reason. As many of us that are African American in the state of Louisiana, are you comfortable with law enforcement? I'm asking for a reason. Well, what you asking for, Gerard? We just sent 40 new troopers from up north, all around the state of Louisiana, to make up a new troop. And it's called NOLA, the NOLA troop. So we got all of these new troopers. I probably have never seen a contingency of this many black people, the way that they live, the way that their dialect is, the way that they see us. Come on, let's be for real. And they come in here. And they come in here to clean up the mess, to clean up the crime, not operate under the consent decree. I didn't say they were. I said they are not operating under the consent decree. And it's like they've been caged up. Now we about to open up the cage and say, have at it. And some of us are making it sound like, "Ooh, baby, that's what we needed." That's what we needed. It doesn't frighten you that there's a possibility that some of that Ronald Green incidents, behavior, handling is on the way here? It doesn't frighten you? It doesn't make you say, I hope that they clean it up, but we don't want to hear none of these incidents happening here. Because what I haven't heard, now hear me out, what I have not heard as of yet is the watchdog groups of New Orleans that's supposed to be the watchdog groups of policing. I haven't heard not one of them say, we're going to make sure that we continue on with our constitutional policing. Have you? The bobbleheads done stopped bobbling. And they got quiet. Who y'all scared of? Shh, be quiet. It's wabbit season. It's wabbit season. That was my Elmer Fudd impersonation. It's wabbit season. But it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And as much as we like to talk about this, I still have not gotten any answers. I was talking to Councilman Oliver Thomas. I said, Oliver, did you get any answers yet? Nope. So I started asking other people, did y'all get any? And some of the other councilmen, excuse me, did you get any answers? Mm-mm. Nope. Y'all okay with this? Yeah. Oh. So I asked Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick said, I have been assured, not insured, but assured by the head of the troop that they're going to operate as close as they can with this constitutional policing consent decree that we are, that they're not under the consent decree. They are not. So the question that I have for you all today is, do you trust it? Because it's quiet. It is so quiet. When it get quiet around here and all the bobbleheads stop talking, they're not on television. You don't see them making their comments about this isn't right, this isn't done, and they're not worried anymore about who's sleeping with who at the Pentalba, and they just staying off of TV. Something wrong. No investigative reports. Something wrong. This one ain't doing that. Something wrong. Oh, this white woman is daggone harassing the mayor now and taking pictures of her. They ain't saying nothing. Something wrong. Something is wrong. Your silence is deafening. That's what makes me look at you and go, what you got going on, Willis? What you talking about? We'll take some of your telephone calls coming up. 504-582-9422. More next.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon to What's Growing New Orleans. Hosted by Angel Vanderpool, What's Growing New Orleans is a weekly conversation about developing and growing Black businesses throughout the region. Brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce.
The Reality Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the show. Cedric. Cedric?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Well, hey, man, look, this story is very dear to my heart, and now it's even more dear to me because I have a case with the state troopers. You know, your show and WBOK helped me years ago with a situation.
Uh-huh.
I need your help. I need to get in touch with the attorneys for this case, which the information that me and my attorney have may be able to help them in their civil case. You know, look, it's so serious with them having a troop NOLA coming here, and I believe the lieutenant of it is a black man, but these people don't care for us. Yes, we do have a problem here in New Orleans. Yes, something needs to be done, but like I tell people all the time, the good are going to suffer for the bad. Mm-hmm. And when you're stopped by these people, by the state troopers, they're going to take the municipality, they're taking the municipal court out of it. You're automatically going to be charged at the state level. Mm-hmm. So whatever you face is going to be more harsh. I've been told by my attorney not to talk about the details of what I'm going through, but I do know that what we have uncovered in the last 6 months, it could help his case, his family's case, civilly.
The attorney for Ronald Green is Ben Crump. So I don't know.
Once again,
and that's the civil
some
case.
of the stuff that's happening in my case can help prove that since the death of Mr. Ronald Green, they changed certain policies. And what's going on with my case, evidently you're not following still the policies that you changed because of the death of Mr. Ronald Green.
Well,
and that's all I can say.
Okay. I'll get some numbers from you, and then I'll turn you over to Silky. So, because Silky's in Baton Rouge, he'll be able to get you in contact with Ben.
Man, look, Gerard, these people coming here is very serious. Everything that's happening at the state level is not being done to help us.
No.
is being done to hurt us. And it ain't, and us just ain't the criminal element of us.
Mm-hmm.
Us is the entire us. People remember, as I close, this man, the governor, he is a Trump supporter. I guess he would be happy if we all inject ourselves with bleach.
Mm. Yes, indeed.
It's
All
that
right.
serious. And thank you, man.
All right, man. I get that to you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, looky, Miss Donaldson.
Oh, boy.
Well, where
I'm
you
scared,
been?
Gerard. I'm scared for everybody.
I said she must have went hiking and got lost in the mountains somewhere for real.
I wish I could get lost in the mountains somewhere.
Where are you?
I'm in my house like I was last time when I talked to you
Okay.
a long time ago. But you know what? Today, and I sympathize with all your callers, but today is the 5-year anniversary of day one reporting from WWL on my son's death.
Mm-hmm.
And since that day, we've gotten not one single additional fact, not even in a civil suit, not even in a, the only one to be charged with a crime is me.
You?
For writing a book. Yeah.
You wrote a book and they charged you they charged you with a crime?
Yeah, they charged me. I'm about my 4th time going to court for defamation.
Oh Lord.
Because I quoted people from my own home community who say they saw the whole thing on Snapchat.
Hmm.
And all I did was screenshot their own words.
And then they sued you.
Yeah, well, they told me that they told the police here and they told the police in Louisiana everything that happened so they understand. So, I mean, why'd I even go searching for answers if they were all right here in my own home community?
Now, for those
all New Orleans police has ever told me is you can't get our answers here. You have to get them in your own home community.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Isn't that kind of weird?
For those that don't know, that this has been a long process for you too. Seth, your son, they say that he committed suicide, but you say no, and you went and you have been you've been relentless in trying to prove the facts, and the facts
well, it's
don't.
Really hard for anybody now. No matter how big they are, to go through a 3-foot by 4-foot window.
Yeah, to be thrown through it anyway.
Well, no, I don't even believe that happened.
So, I don't know.
Seth was killed, and he was thrown off the roof. The other people broke a window with a drone.
Mm. Yes, indeed. So, what is the latest? You have no more answers, no nothing.
Oh, I have no more answers. I just have to go to court and defend my right to be able to talk about it. I'm not supposed to even mention the location. I have a cease and desist order from Sonesta not to mention the location. I'm not supposed to mention that anything happened here. I'm certain that Louisiana State Police were right there at the time.
And did nothing? Say nothing?
Well, they might have done something.
What makes you think they were there?
Well, their names are in the police or some.
Is it a police report?
I've got 12 officers on scene in a police report, but I've not got several of the officers' names, and they were Louisiana State Police.
Oh, so they were not named in the police report at all?
Oh, well, a couple of them weren't named. I know one of them's name, but that's it.
Okay. But 12 of them were there?
Well, there were 3 officers from the property crimes detective. There were 3 homicide detectives, and they showed up after the Louisiana State Police showed up. So when Louisiana State Police got there, before the crime was happened or after, I don't know, but they were the first responders to start with.
Mm-hmm.
They were there while these 2 were Snapchatting people in North Carolina. I've got it all on YouTube, and
So you wrote a book?
Oh yeah.
What's the name?
I was done with the book. Oh, it's called Safe: Gospel According to Seth, told by silent saints, devil's advocates, and Mama Bear.
I know who Mama Bear is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just fighting for my kid; I'm fighting for everybody's kid.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's available where?
Oh, online. You can get it off of my YouTube page.
Okay.
The first 14 chapters are all on my YouTube page as links.
Mm-hmm.
The YouTube page has the same title. There's a period after the word safe, S-A-F-E, period.
So tell it again so everybody can go to your YouTube page, because I want everybody to see the entire story.
Well, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, and it's on Instagram, and it's on Facebook, but nobody is supposed to see it. It's all, anyway, safe, S-A-F-E, period, gospel according to Seth.
And Seth is S-E-T-H.
That is right.
Man.
You're going to get some calls telling you not to answer the phone when Amy Donaldson calls.
Well, we get that anytime. How many years has it been now?
Well, it's 2,024 days.
Good
So
grief.
that's almost 6 years.
Yeah, I remember the first time we did the conversation on the air. I got telephone calls saying, "Don't talk to you."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "What did you do?"
I wonder who do you think who said that?
Oh, I can tell you off air. I'm not going to put their name out here, but I'll tell you another time. I did tell you one time before, but I don't think you got it. But I'll tell you about it later.
I have to go back and look, figure out who that was.
Yep.
I mean, I can only go to New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans 6 times before the pandemic, asking for help, asking for answers. And all they tell me is, ooh, you have to get your answers in your own home district. You know what that sounds like?
But it happened here.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's been a change of administration. Maybe that could help.
I don't know. This is the 5th chief of police since this happened.
Yeah.
And she doesn't answer the calls from me now still.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll text you. I'll give you the name.
Thank you.
Be good.
Y'all
Keep
good
up
luck
the fight.
down there.
Keep up the fight. I know you're fighting.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk to
care.
you soon. All right. That's Miss Amy Donaldson up in North Carolina. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll take a minute. We'll have a conversation with you, too, at 504-582-9422. And don't forget, kind of lighten things up a little bit. Told you we got bingo coming, right? Bingo is coming. We'll tell you about it at 2 o'clock. Right here on WBOK.
WBOK 1230.